People say once you've been to a place, like physically, you can't go back. Well, yes you can. The con men have returned to Windycon. Welcome to episode 7 of The Con Men.
Season 2.
We are at Windycon. We've come full circle. And
where it all started, man. The great thing about this is we've been doing this a year now, and we're seeing a lot of the same people over and over and over again, and people are getting to know us, and we're getting to know them. It's really stitching together right.
It is. A lot of familiar faces, and we're going to have some fun. So why don't you come with us? Do you feel the power? I feel the power. If you do, it's probably because I'm standing next to Deb Koshiba, the con chair here at Windycon. How are you?
I'm excellent, thank you. You having a good time?
Oh, excellent, yes. So, Deb, how long have you been the con chair?
Technically 18 months now. I'm a one and done chair. This is my first and only year.
This is Windycon 41.
Yeah.
How has it evolved over the years that you've seen in your experience?
Well, that's an interesting question. As the oldest convention of its kind in the Chicago area, tradition is actually really important to us. So in terms of evolving, it tends not to. We hold on to a lot of the same things that we've done year after year, but we treat that as a good thing. But more recently, I would say in the last 2 to 3 years, with the advent of social media, the interaction and suggestions coming from the outside, coming from Facebook and Twitter and anywhere else that we see online, has changed and shifted what we do and how we do it.
Well, thank you so much for talking to us, Deb. We really appreciate it. And, on behalf of everybody, thanks for all your hard work for putting this together.
You know what? It's not me. It's the 140 plus people that did all of the work for me. So thank them.
Thank you, staff.
All right, well, I'm here at Windycon, and one of the people we're talking to is Amy Kaczynski, like the Unabomber, which she informs me that's the best way to know her name. And it works. It's in my head forever. And she's here with her book.
I am. My book is called Eye of the Storm. It's the first in a series about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse on the eastern seaboard of the U.S., so it's a modern-day fantasy.
Which horseman is he in this?
This one is the Horseman War.
One of my personal favorites. Tell us a little bit about the process of going from idea to book.
I actually started this book as a National Novel Writing Month project.
The Nano?
Yes, NaNoWriMo. And it got interrupted by my being diagnosed with cancer. And after I'd been diagnosed, I decided I didn't really want to sit on this anymore and try to send it out and hopefully someone would pick it up and in a few years publish it. I wanted to get it out there now. So I decided to run a Kickstarter campaign and got a little over $10,000. I used an illustrator named Anthony Palumbo to do my artwork, and I'm planning on using him again for the second book, which will be out in around March.
I'm assuming there's at least 4 books in the series.
That is kind of the plan, 4 horsemen.
I'm a smart guy.
Yeah.
What's been the reception for you at the con?
But if you're willing to get out there and talk to people, I can cover my costs to come here, and I still get my name out, which is exactly what I'm looking for.
It's all about building fans and building connections.
You got it.
I am back with a heartwarming update. We're talking to Judy Jetton again. We spoke to her last year at the first episode. The way I understand it, someone saw the episode of the Con Men that you were in, and there was an experience. Can you tell us what that is?
There was. Actually, it was me that spread it. So I
Thank you for that.
posted it. You're welcome. So I posted it on Facebook, and people saw it, and they said, "Wow, you're a really good ambassador for Mensa." And at the same time, we were having the Leadership Exchange Ambassador program was coming around. And I went, oh, if I'm a good ambassador, maybe I should apply for the ambassador program. So I did. And as part of my video application, I included that clip. And so that got sent to the committee, which was from all over the world. And I was chosen from all over the world for 6 people to go and present on the topic that I had chosen. And so I got to speak at our annual gathering in Boston and also at the European Mensa annual gathering in Zurich, Switzerland.
Very cool. So that is an effect of our show that we could not have anticipated, but it's awesome, and we're so glad that you had that experience, and we're happy to help.
Windycon tradition. First episode that we did, one of the first people we talked to was Mark. And again, if you guys do not go see Klingon Christmas, that's your own fault. Bring us up to speed, dude. What's been happening?
Okay, well, we're here representing Klingon Empire. We're here also representing Klingon Christmas Carol and Jen Boehm's Klingon Pop Warrior Music Project. This is the last year for Klingon Christmas Carol in Chicago, so don't blame us if you missed it. This is the last year it's going to be shown here.
So tell us a little bit about your little pop.
Pop Warrior Project? Well, I'm not a princess, that's for sure, so I couldn't be a pop princess, so I'm the Klingon Pop Warrior, and it is songs, pop songs in the original Klingon. It was a Kickstarter that I ran, and my fans were amazing and funded all 6 songs.
The whole thing about the sci-fi fandom, the thing we always try to highlight is that we're all interconnected and we all take care of each other.
Yep.
And we can't do any of this without our fans.
Exactly. I'll actually be at the final performance of A Klingon Christmas Carol on the 21st, and I'll be singing all the songs from the project live.
In addition to the Christmas Carol, they're also going to be joining us, our ship, CAG, and Klingon Armada International, for 2 toy drives at Walgreens in Naperville. One on December 6th at 688 Amersale Drive in Naperville, and the other at 1779 Sequoia Road in Naperville on the 13th. We'll be collecting Toys for Tots 2 weekends in a row this time, which means everyone gets to dress up, come out, and have fun. Yeah, we're always trying to help those that are less fortunate than us. That's the honorable way to handle it.
I mean, that's the only way to build warriors, you know.
Yep, it sure is.
Check it out. I found Lauren Fates,
Yes.
Geek Girl Chicago blogger. Lauren, thanks for joining us.
No problem. Happy to be here.
Why don't you tell us how you got started on Geek Girl Chicago?
I've been a geek my whole life. Since I was little, super small, making Star Wars characters out of my Duplo Legos, and, been cosplaying for over 10 years. Every now and then, the Tribune Blog Network puts out a call looking for people, and I wrote my pitch while I had a few drinks. So I just wanted to make a sort of Chicago-centric place for geeks to read every weekend, where they can hang out, where they can meet each other, what conventions are coming through, what celebrities are in town. And it's been going for about 3 years now.
Describe to me the feeling you get when you come to a convention.
So I would actually say that's changed over the years. When I was in high school, I was very bullied. I didn't feel like I fit in. I didn't have many friends. And walking into a place like Anime Central all the way back in 2001 made me feel this really strong sense of belonging. Going to a con was the first time I got to see there's a whole world out there. There's a lot of other people just like you who love the things you love, and they can be your friend. So since then, grown up quite a bit, did the college thing, had 2 career jobs since then, started Geek Girl Chicago. So now when I come to a convention, the feeling is different. The feeling is I'm so excited to take photos of beautiful cosplayers, to meet people like your show, and to really make people who used to be like me, real bullied and scared and introverted, make them feel like someone wants to meet them and wants to take a picture of them, and that they can feel welcome and they can feel good about themselves. So now I'm excited to bring my work to a con.
What is the Cosplay is Not Consent movement, and how did you get involved?
The idea of cosplay is not consent is that, unfortunately, many women, but also men, when they wear their costumes, get some unwanted attention from people. Whether that's being touched without permission, whether that's getting comments that are unwelcome, anything that makes you feel physically uncomfortable, threatened, no matter what you're wearing. If somebody wants to give you that sort of attention, you deserve to give consent.
Like, don't be a creepy person.
Yeah, don't be a creep, everybody.
Yeah.
Don't do it. And the way I think the community sort of involved me in that is I have a blog article called 5 Things You Should Never Say to a Cosplayer. And a lot of it is etiquette, about how you give a compliment, but the final one is about consent. It's always ask. That post, I'd say once a year, kind of goes viral again.
Yeah.
It just makes the loop and comes back to the
Right.
community.
It's kind of a thing, things you hear, and then, like, here's what is said, and here's maybe how you should say it. From what
Right. But it's here's a better way to say the things you want to say, because a lot of people do have good intentions, and it's kind of a lesson in, if you want to go up to a cosplayer, get their photo, tell them how great they look today. Here's a better way to do it, so they don't feel threatened, so they feel comfortable and feel great, and you actually treat them how they deserve.
And you, like you said, it's not rocket science.
No,
It-
just treat others the way you'd like to be treated, and maybe even a little better.
Yeah, there you go, golden rule. So anyway, well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. I'm so glad we got to catch up with you and have this conversation.
Had a lovely time.
Well, thank you.
so much.
So say we all.
I don't want to go home.
You don't want to go home?
I don't want to go home. I like cons. I want to stay at the con. Can we stay at the con?
I would love to stay at the con. I feel like we had a great experience again at Windycon.
Windycon's always awesome, and the thing I love about Windycon is it's a good general sci-fi con. You're going to find one of everything here. You know, these are our people. We're their people, and we're all the family. I don't want to go home.
I'm sorry. Unfortunately, we have to, but we will be back very shortly with another episode, and something that we would like to ask you to do. If you like the show, just give us a comment, share it. That really means a lot to us, and it really helps us out.
You know, subscribe, check out the rest of the videos. We've got an entire year of this already done. We're going forward with this. We're going to keep doing this as long as you keep wanting it. Actually, we're going to keep doing it regardless. It's just whether or not you're going to watch it.
Okay, so he's Chad Burns.
And he's Jason Halls.
We are the Con Men, and we will see you down the road.
Jay! Hey!
I didn't start going to cons because somebody paid me.
I'm going to con, Jay!
I just liked it.
Bye!